Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Beauty School Bobbi podcast. I am so excited for today's episode. We just finished recording with Alyssa Skinner, who is Gorgeous by Alyssa on TikTok and Instagram. And this girl is so sweet. We talked about her influencing, being in the beauty industry as a cosmetologist while doing aesthetic services as well. We talk about that career path of doing both of those things, which is rare. And to make it even more rare, she is doing all of this in a home salon. So she had such an interesting perspective. She's actually from California, a little newer to Knoxville, but literally started doing her filming and her vlogs day in the life just to help build her clientele here. And it worked. She has full books and has been full for the last few years. The thing that I love about Alyssa is that when I met her, I really felt like I already knew her from her social media, and she is exactly who she is, which just makes me know that what she's filming and what she's doing is authentic. And obviously, that is so important in this role and in the industry. So today was a great conversation with her. She is the sweetest. Loved getting my time with her. So really thankful and just really excited for this episode. I hope you love it. Hey everyone, welcome back to Beauty School Bobbi. Today I am here with a very new friend that I'm so excited to introduce you all to. You probably follow her, and if you don't, you need to right now. This is Alyssa Skinner. She is Gorgeous by Alyssa on TikTok and Instagram. We're here to talk about her coming into the beauty industry, being new to Knoxville, which I'm so excited about, and all things that you have coming up. So welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm really excited to be here.
So I saw your content on, I think, Instagram first, and I was like, oh my gosh, this girl is so cute. I love your vibe. I love your style. You are so girly, but in your own way. I loved it so much. And then randomly I was like, wait, she's in Knoxville. Like I had no clue that you were here. So you started all of this in California, new to Knoxville. So how has that transition been of creating content and like differences in this move?
Yeah, so actually all of this kind of started here in Knoxville.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I've been a cosmetologist since 2013. I went to school in California. I moved here 3 years ago, and being new here, not knowing anyone, that was when I decided I have to create some sort of social media to let people know that I exist, because no one knew me here. I didn't know anyone here. And so that was when I created Gorgeous by Alyssa on all social media platforms. And a year later, I was, getting clients, meeting girls, and then my social media was deleted by Instagram, and they never told me why, and I had to start all over.
Oh my gosh.
I know. And that was a year in. So I lost all my videos, everything. Some of my clients were coming in, and they were like, "Did you block me on social media?" And I was like, oh my gosh, I can't have people think this. So it was a rough start.
Yeah.
And
how like big had your following become at that point? Like, do you know how many followers you were at when you started that or when you lost that?
It was under 1,500.
Okay.
But being in a new state, knowing no one, that was a lot of people for me.
Right.
I mean, imagine having 1,500 clients.
Right.
Like, that's a lot of people.
Yeah.
And so, of course, I was freaking out. And then I had to switch my perspective and mindset, be like, okay, this happened for a reason. Maybe I'm going to make better videos this year. I was better at filming and editing a year in, because I did not know what I was doing in the beginning. And so I created new pages, and that was when my following started growing. And I was like, it all happened for a reason.
Yeah. That is so crazy that had that not happened, like it might not have grown. Like that is so wild.
Yeah.
Was your content similar? Because your content is super specific. It is very much you, who you are, your personality. Like it really is you shining through the style of your salon, the way that you shoot, all of that. So have you, has that always been the case? Is that how you started?
Yeah, most of my videos were me working in the beginning, and then I felt a need to kind of change. I wanted to show more of myself. And I don't know why, but I loved filming morning vlogs.
Mhm.
And I was like, but people love my work vlogs. And so I just started mixing in both, and I did a full day in my life. So that way it would be my morning vlog and then me going to work. And then I saw people were loving the coffee mugs and, my Cool Whip and my coffee. And so then the morning vlogs got popular, but I still share everything in my life. I share, when we travel, when I'm working, when I'm waking up, when it's my day off.
Yeah.
I share some meal prep videos. I mean, it's all just my life.
Yeah.
And I enjoy sharing all of it.
I feel like you're so smart to do this coming from a different place. And I think that a lot of people move, and when you move, you lose your clientele. You can't take them with you. And I think it's so smart to have that following and to build that, to show them like, hey, this is who I am. And if you're in Knoxville or you want to know me, like this is who I am, and this is what I'm about. And you do such a great job of showing that and of sharing what you're doing. So I think that like building that trust between clients as well, like they're like, oh, she's so sweet and she's so nice. Like I do want to go to her is so smart. When we had met recently, when you came into the school, you were telling me about how booked you are. So it obviously worked as well. Like you're staying booked and busy, which is great. You're in a different situation because your salon's actually in your home, which is amazing. You would never know based on your videos and stuff. Like it looks like a full salon. It's not like a traditional in-home salon. So tell me about you planning what that was going to look like, what the style was like, what the vibe was like. How did you decipher what you wanted to do?
Oh my gosh, I didn't. I have so many old videos of the whole process of the salon coming to fruition, and it changed every couple months. I didn't know what I wanted. I didn't know what my style was. I was really insecure in the beginning about it being a home salon. I didn't feel like, and I think that's really common. I see that a lot in, DMs of how do you feel less worthy of, working from home? Like people struggle with that. And I want to share that it is about you and your relationship with the client. And so I think that insecurity, though, of working from home kind of drove me to make it what it is now.
Yeah.
I didn't want it to feel like a home salon. I wanted it to feel like the girly space they want to come to and relax and be treated. And so I just started buying decor. I love Marshalls and TJ Maxx, so I was there a lot, especially in the beginning. And on Amazon, and I would just buy things, and then if the style would change, I would sell it and buy the next thing until I kind of found what worked for me.
Yeah.
And one day we were at Home Depot, and there was this pink paint on the discount shelf for $9. And I bought it, and I was gonna like paint one wall pink, just a little accent wall. And then I decided, let's just paint all the walls. And so that's how it became pink. And then I got a little crafty and just made some DIY cute things, and I love it.
Yeah.
It definitely represents what I want to offer.
Yeah.
And the space and experience I want to offer.
Yeah, for sure. And like I said, you offer a full range of services. So you do cosmetology, and you literally do all of it. So what's really cute about your space also is that you have your table for, your aesthetic services. You've got your shampoo area. You've got it's so adorable. And I think you're right. I think there is some insecurity about the home salons. And I think you setting an example of well, you rent a suite, you rent a room. So it's not, different than that. It's just that you get to be at home more, and you get to pop over to your house for lunch, and you get to be there. So I'm excited about you setting this example, because like I said, it's not what everyone's doing. But I do think it is for the people that are doing that. And that is the path for them. I think it's good to see that you can still make it look exactly like if you had your own salon. Like if you had a huge salon, like I feel like this would still be the style. This would still be the vibe.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I love working from home. I think that's a dream for a lot of people. Not everyone, like you said, but yeah, I do think a lot of people, I wanted to be a stay-at-home dog mom, but I also wanted to work because I love what I do for work. And so that was my goal, as working from home, but doing everything I want to do. And Yeah, when we were house hunting, I was looking for a house with extra space. It was a necessity. That's how bad I wanted to build a home salon.
Yeah.
And so that's how it came about. We were
Yeah.
really lucky with the space we found.
Now, when you were in California and working, what was the environment like that you were working in before you came here?
Yeah, so I was actually also working from home, but I was not seeing clients regularly.
Okay.
That wasn't my career. So back in California, I was in the med spa
Mhm.
industry, and that was my full-time career. So working in derm, doing the facials and things that I still do now. And without that experience, I wouldn't offer facials in my salon right now.
Mhm.
And I was also waxing part-time, and so I offer waxing in my salon. Everything every step was necessary to get me to where I am and to offer everything I offer right now.
Yeah.
And so I believe that I was meant to be in that industry, those industries, and bring that here now.
Yeah.
Yeah, the hair I did back home was really friends, family, and coworkers.
Mhm. So when you do services now, are you just spending more time with your clients? So if you have one client, are most of your clients doing hair, aesthetics, like is it more like add-ons in different ways, or how are you balancing that out? Do you have, one day that you're doing facials, one day that you're doing hair? Does it just rotate per client? What does that look like?
Right now, my clients can book any service they want. I definitely do a lot of full self-care days. So a lot of my regulars they'll get their hair done and they'll end it with hair play.
Mhm.
Or, I have a lot of clients getting married and they do a full day. They do waxing services and facials and hair. And so it's like a one-stop shop. And I
Mhm.
love that. I only offer services I enjoy.
Yeah.
And so it's really fun to be able to just offer more than, one service.
Yeah, I
I
think
felt
that's
really
great.
diverse in that.
I think that's the thing is like you really get to make it your own. And so we have this is becoming a more popular thing that we're hearing with students that are coming into the school that a lot more students are wanting to do it all. And like we were just talking about
Mhm.
with that cosmetology license, you're licensed to do it all, but that experience that you're getting when you go into school is not going to leave you like as confident going into an aesthetics field if you have a cosmetology license. And I think that you being able to go into aesthetics, like in the Medi Spa, like you said, I think it taught you a lot because I can tell
Mhm.
by how you operate as well that it's super professional, that it's still you, but like you do everything in a very professional way. I mean, even through booking services on your site, like it's just all you. So I think you having that experience after was really positive, but it is something we talk about a lot about not being able to really, not many people do both. But now I'm like, okay, well, here's somebody who does do all of it and how it works. And I like that you said that you're, offering the services that you want. I think that that is definitely like a privilege that you can work towards. Like you can definitely, right out of school, maybe needing to get experience somewhere, but like eventually the goal being that you're doing what you love and the services
Yes.
that you want is
Mhm.
amazing.
Yeah, I love everything that I do, and I highly encourage everyone to offer what they enjoy doing too.
Hmm.
Even if that's for a certain amount of time,
Hmm.
to do it if you wanna do it, because people wanna come to you.
Yeah, exactly. And they want to hang
Mhm.
out with you and they trust you. Like you're
Yeah.
building that trust through doing their hair. Like take that on into the other services because that is something that women are like shy about. So
Mhm.
finding the person that you trust is so important. So for you to be that for multiple different things, I think is awesome.
Yeah,
So
thank you.
tell me about what beauty school was like for you. Kind of how you ended up
Yes.
in the industry, and what that looked like going to school, and then what your path was from there.
Yeah, so cosmetology school for me, I went to California Hair Design in San Diego, and it was a year long. I did full time, so that was my job. I think a lot of people go full time
Hmm.
if they can. I know a lot of beauty schools offer part time and night classes too. But I did the full time, 8 hours a day, and then I worked part time at night. And so I went to cosmetology school 2 weeks after high school.
Oh my gosh.
I did a program in high school that provided a scholarship. And so I was so lucky to receive one of those. And of course, I took advantage and went. And cosmetology school was fun. I definitely enjoyed everything. I actually went thinking I was going to do makeup. So I loved doing hair. I loved doing, blonding, which is something I highly take in now. But I really loved makeup when I went in. And so sometimes you go for a purpose, but then you find something else that you love.
Hmm.
And so that was really fun. But I did all the extracurricular classes they offer. Anytime a guest speaker came in, or a salon owner came in and they offered us to come and shadow or to come take a class, I took it. Mac Cosmetics offering classes, I took those. I did every extra thing that I could because I wanted to learn it all. Truly, I wanted to master my skill. And a couple days we got to go in with the estheticians and watch them wax, and then we got to wax. And so it was nice to have the aesthetics and Cosmo in one school because you could kind of learn from each other on, maybe slower days. But it was great. I really enjoyed my experience. I got along with all my instructors. My instructor would do little competitions of who can finish, a perm the fastest on our doll heads. And that was just always so fun. She would buy lunch to whoever won. And I won a couple times. So it was all fun. No, but I really did enjoy it. And I think that something I hear about from students is maybe they lose their spark for the industry in school. And I want to share that kind of, I think everyone kind of feels that at some point, and to just stick through it. I mean, I stuck through it, and I thought maybe it wasn't something I wanted to do when I was in school and when I finished school. And then once you kind of leave school and you get out in the real world, you find that spark again, and the clients that align with you find you, whether that's renting a suite immediately or going to a salon that you love. I think everything changes and you find that excitement again.
Yeah.
Because school can be stressful towards the end.
Oh,
We're all trying to get ready for state boards, and you kind of, maybe go through thoughts of, is this something I actually want to do? And I just want to, I guess, express that that's kind of common.
Yeah.
And to just push through.
It really is. And I think that we say this a lot, and I think that there's a reason that you stand out, that you've had the success that you've had, is because you already just have that spark inside of you. I sometimes am like, oh my gosh, I'm so competitive. And I don't know if that's the push, but even just you saying that, like, you did every extra class that was offered, you did all the competitions, you got the scholarship, right? Like, we know in the school, and this has been true for every day that we've been here, but in the school who are the people that are going to be exceptional. I can tell you right now, like, if I look through the list of names, who is going to have a successful career. And it's the people that are doing extra, taking all the classes, doing everything that you did. And that just keeps like being reiterated to me. And I think that if that is how you look at beauty school, if you're like, okay, it's going to be a hard year or 6 months if you're doing Cosmo or whatever, or aesthetics, but whatever it is, however many hours, are required in the state that you're living in, if you can go into it just knowing, like, I'm here to be a sponge and soak up every single thing that I can soak up. And that's the purpose. It's not to make the friends. It's not to, make $1 million and make sure you get out right when you get out of school. It's all about just really learning in that time. And we tell people all the time to, like, think of this as, the 4-year degree and to get all the things. And if you go to a school that is offering extra classes, like, take it, like, take the extra classes, do the shadow days. I think that that is just the best advice. And I think coming from you, again, being able to say, like, that you are so successful in what you're doing and you've gained all of those things. I think people come in and they're like, oh, one of the things we hear all the time, I don't know if you remember feeling this way, but they're like, yeah, we're just highlighting again. We're blow drying again. We're doing, well, that's what your job is going to be, right?
Yes.
That repetition, it's not an accident that we do blow dry boot camps, because when people get out of school and they're assisting, guess what you're going to be doing? Blow dries. You know what I mean? Like,
and that's something the client really wants. Not everyone loves their blowout after. And so mastering that is huge. I mean, that alone will make someone return to you.
Yeah, definitely. And I think that, like, just that repetition is kind of what the career is like. I think, again, what you're doing is so special because you are getting to do several different things and mixing up your day. So you're not doing blonding, like all day, every day. That's all you do. I couldn't even imagine. And I think a lot of people in this industry, like, that's not a great fit for everybody. I think most people are like, no, I want to do more.
Yes.
So I think, like, that repetition is great, but it is literally, like, what you're going to be doing, in the beauty industry. So
I don't think it's coincidence that cosmetologists who, and not everyone, but we hear this in our industry, cosmetologists get burnt out. And I think it's because they do the same thing over again and they don't maybe give themselves enough time of a break, or they overwork themselves during their day. And I can say that when building my clientele, being new here, I've worked 7 days a week to accept everyone, and I've not gotten burnout.
Yeah.
And I really think that's because I do offer 3 different types of services. My day is split up, and it's really good on your body too. You're not standing with your arms up for 9 hours. You get to sit down and do a facial, or just split up your day. And so I want that to be more normalized. Cosmetology is hair, skin, and nails. And so if people want to do more than just hair, they should.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I love that. I want to talk to you about what the influencing looks like now for you. So so many of the people that we meet with have obviously seen, I mean, it's the same thing as like kids in elementary school being like, I want to be a YouTuber when I grow up. Like there is this chase, there is this desire to do exactly what you're doing. Like the way that you vlog and, the way that you're still working and vlogging and doing all the things, like everybody wants this. They want the amount of followers that you have. They want like all of the things. In reality, right? Like in the just everyday world, how has that affected you to have that? I mean, I know you love it and it's like so positive. Are there things that you don't love about it? Like, what does it look like in real life?
Yeah, I would say, I guess maybe the negative sides of that are, people on the internet sometimes have nothing but time and they want to find all the negative things. But I will say firsthand, because I ignore most of that, I really don't see a lot of it. And then when I do decide to, correct them or say something back, I start seeing more of it. And so I have
like when you respond to it, like that is okay.
Yeah, negative comments. Yeah. You see more of it. And so personally, I stopped paying attention to all of that. And I purposely only respond back to people of love and kindness. And I do think that there's so much of that on the internet. I mean, there really is so much support. And so I'm grateful to feel that as like 80% of it. And then, the negative parts are maybe the 20%. And so I think that to deal with those negative parts of being on the internet, you really have to remind yourself that so many more people support you than the amount of people that maybe don't.
Yeah.
And it comes with it. And I think a lot of people who, do follow other people with high following, they see that. They see those comments. And so hopefully if someone is trying to grow a following, they're kind of preparing to maybe ignore that and not let that bother them and know it's just a part of it.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I was listening to, I don't know, some podcast that was like a celebrity talking, and they were saying these same things of like that you just can't see it. You're like the one person that lives in a whole different country that like doesn't know me at all, saying that they don't like this thing. So I think that, I mean, you can block the certain words or phrases or whatever. And I do think that I'm sure that there are times that you're like, I just want to say something. But like you said, if you do that and it just brings more hate, it's really hard. That I hate that that's a part of this. I hate that you're somebody that's like, I just want to be positive and spread love, and that there are people that want to say negative things. I think that the positive of it and what you're doing and the way that you're navigating all of this obviously outweighs the negative comments, but it is still hard to handle because they want to judge your work or how you're doing things. The wild thing to me, because obviously as hairstylists and estheticians, everybody has a different way of doing things, right? There's 1 million different methods. That's why people are making millions off of classes and this method and that method and whatever. So when I see people commenting on the way that you're doing something, not you specifically, but I mean like in the industry in general, like that is the craziest thing to me. I'm like, why would you try to say anything about like if the result is what it is and the client's happy and whatever, people trying to nitpick that stuff. And then I'm like, do you actually even do hair? You know, the people that are commenting those things, I'm like, do you even know?
Probably not. And I just think that when we see those types of things, yeah, we just have to brush it off because that's the only thing you can do. You can't control it, and it's just a part of it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Who is somebody in the beauty industry that has influenced you? Who is somebody that you follow that like really encourages you, or somebody that like even when you were in beauty school, like somebody that you have looked up to be like, this is somebody that is, making me want to be better?
Oh my gosh. I wish I remembered some of their social media handles, but I can't remember. I do follow, so a lot of the social media I did watch when I was trying to learn new things or master my skill or, get inspiration, was just through explore pages. I really built my algorithm. And
Okay.
so a lot of my explore is just other people in the industry. But I think that someone who inspired me with kind of the way I vlog a little bit would be, um, I think her name is Allie Nicole,
Hmm.
Heart and Soul by
Yeah.
Allie Nicole.
Hmm.
Yeah. She has pink hair and
Yep.
she's so adorable. I think she's in Louisiana or Mississippi, one of the two. I hope that's right. But yeah, she shared her outfits at work and her hair that she did. And so I really felt inspired to share some of that,
Yeah.
add some of my own style, a little bit of me, and my job.
Hmm.
Hmm.
It's really awesome to watch that change. And you definitely give Allie Nicole vibes. And I love that. Like, it's the
That means
biggest
a lot.
compliment. Like, she's like
Yes.
so sweet and so amazing. But I think that what is so great, for me is that watching you all do this in such a positive way and in such a way that's like so real. Like, I'm going to go walk and get my tripod and I'm going to get my,
Yeah.
like, showing that side of it now, I think is so great. I think you two definitely have some of the brightest pages. And I think that because you're open to sharing that. I mean, it really makes a difference in the industry. I love watching her content on like her going to do her morning makeup. Well, the reality of
Hmm.
that is she's getting there super early. Like, I love that you all
Yeah.
are being honest about that
Yeah.
and really showing what the industry is going to require. And yes, it's hard. Like, I love that and this might have been like recently that you posted this, but I love that you're talking about like how hard you're working, how long the hours are, what that looks like. And you're doing it like literally
Yes.
with a smile on your face.
Yeah.
I think that's everything.
Yeah, I really do love it. And I want to say that working from home is a huge part of that. I felt a huge work-life balance when I moved my work to my home.
Hmm.
Yeah.
You're not feeling like you're just like selling your soul or sacrificing your
No,
time
yeah.
because you actually get to be there.
Yeah, and you are your own boss in a way.
Hmm.
And that's the same thing renting a suite. I think that's a huge make or break in a workplace is who you work with and who you're surrounded by. And so when it's just you, you can do things your way and be authentic. And I really appreciate that part of my work
Hmm.
is doing what I think is best because we, like you said, we're all so different. We do things in such different ways. There's no right or wrong way necessarily, as long as it's, giving the result. But that's what makes us each successful. If we all did things the same way, we would not all be successful.
Yes.
We
No,
all
for
are
sure.
creative in our own way. And so, yeah, working from home really allowed me to shine those authentic parts of myself.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, thank you so much for sharing that because we're all better because we have this content and it's positive and it's happy and like I
Thank
said,
you.
I think it's just so great. What are some goals that you have, for what's next? What does this look like? Are you at a place right now where you're like, okay, if I could keep everything exactly the same, that's what I would do, for the rest of my life? Or do you have goals to be at shows, to be on stage? Like, what does it look like for you for, the next little bit?
Yeah, so my goal right now is a little bit smaller. I am truly in this place of enjoying this chapter. I think that 2, 3 years ago, this was my big goal.
Mhm.
And so I achieved this big goal. And so now I'm kind of, I felt like my life was going up and now I'm just flat. I'm just enjoying the chapter. And
Mhm.
so a next goal, I think, would be to close my books. I've been saying, I said that I was going to do it last year and I didn't because I keep meeting new people from social media and I don't want to close my books to them because I just love meeting all these women. Um, and so I would love to do that and just really provide more time to my OG clients. And, I always make time for them, but I think that would be nice to have my group, my set group of girls and, especially working from home. You don't want to keep, your book's open for too long.
Yeah,
Because
definitely.
you're bringing a stranger to your home every single day. But I have definitely worked with that, and it's all been positive.
Yeah.
So
Well, good.
yeah.
Well, we're so thankful that we got to meet you. I'm so happy that you're here in
Thank you.
Knoxville. Like that
Me
seriously
too.
was the best surprise. I'm so happy that you're here and that you're so open and willing to share. And I know that everyone listening, like I said, if you're not already following Alyssa, make sure you go do it. You will know exactly what we're talking about the personality and the spunk that is behind what she's doing and just really sharing that openly online for you all. So make sure you check that out. And I'm excited for more to see what happens and where you go next. And I'm actually getting to go into the salon soon. So we might film some stuff there so you can see what that looks like in person. And we're really excited about that. So thank you so much for being
Thank you
here.
for having me. I'm so excited to see you in my salon.
Yes. All right. We'll see you next time, guys. Bye.